Hey everyone, sorry for being late. We had just some technical difficulties, but we're here now. So, hello Aleš. Aleš. Now I'm confused. Aleš.
Mhm.
Já jsem na tebe doslova mluvil, proč na to
Sorry, jsem tady.
Oh
Jsem
no.
tady mám.
Dneska to vrátně zajímavý to vypadá. Tak pozdrav Aleši. So Aleš, can you hear us now?
Yep.
Ah, great. So Aleš arrived. He has some difficulties with his internet, so there'll be no Aleš's face here today, which is very sad for all of us, but we'll just have to do. Everyone is super sad then.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh, your voice is not working that well either, to be honest.
Nah.
Oh yeah, have been name day. I have no idea how I missed that, by the way, Aleš.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah.
The best nick you could choose, Nikki. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Maybe we can just swap Nikki with Aleš. Just abandon him. Okay, we can start with the first question and try if the voice is gonna work for Aleš.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, first question here is from Chornim of Steel, and is that you talked about at the last stream. You talked about the difficulties with creating with putting custom like textures to our blocks because we use polygons. So
Mm-hmm.
so if there is any plan to add something like workshop or something for custom models into the game, that the players could build something and then add it.
Uh, actually, that's a good question. For some time, we have been discussing internally if we could at some point let players import their own models
Mm-hmm.
into the game, and I think I'm not really sure like to what extent this will be done, but I think at some point this will probably uh, become like necessary because I mean there are some cases where we're using small blocks and small pieces that together make bigger objects is fine, but obviously there are other cases where creating like a large object in some 3D modeling software would be a better way to have something in the game. So that's definitely something we're looking into.
Oh, great! I can't wait to upload my models. That'll be so amazing. That'll be like 10 statues of myself. Okay. Uh, so another question is if there is a way, or if it is a plan to allow players to create their own systems for like refueling uh, the propeller pack, because in one of the maps from Crystal and Spyler, one's World of Dreams, they have a system of a normal battery that you are just recharging with some crystals, and the battery holds for like half an hour or something. So if there will be in the future possibility to enable this, like custom batteries in your islands for this.
Yeah, the current like state of how propeller works is definitely not something that we are like extremely happy with. So we will be doing some additional adjustments to it. So yeah, I think we will definitely come up with some, probably either this or some other type of propeller pack that would be rechargeable.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's very likely going to happen.
Cool, cool, cool. Uh, there is a question. If the players can have coolants for the propeller pack. There's a lot of propeller pack questions.
Uh Actually, that's a neat idea. I think we at some point even discussed if just like submerging into water a little bit wouldn't like cool off the propeller pack. That would be like a nice touch. So yeah, that's a really cool idea.
Okay,
Pun
great.
intended.
Okay. Can the players have a branch of the tech tree for refining oil?
Uh, yeah, I think we would have to discuss this. I think like this is not something I can tell like from top of my head. So yeah, like the the crafting tree. I don't have like all of it in my head, so I would need to take a look at it and discuss it with the designer responsible for this.
Okay, Oknok is asking if we can ask in 2 weeks about the oil, but I'm.
Uh, I mean, there's no harm in asking, definitely. No, I mean, like if I will. Okay, I'm actually writing this down. I don't know if you can like hear me clicking the keys, but I
Okay,
will try to find out and sure, feel free to ask next time. I should be prepared.
we'll be asking you until you answer.
Yes.
Okay, another question for custom region maps, and this is a
Mm-hmm.
long one because I I really don't know. There's multiple points. And the new exploration has 3 different levels to the map, like the world, region, and local. And currently, the region map is used to split up the biomes. However, if creators had the capability to create new regions maps, it could open up new possibilities for custom games. And for some examples, having all the maps in region be multiplayer and the start map be a player hub, and all the other maps to be mini games. So that there would be like custom region maps completely created by creators, and all the islands that it contains would be connected. Whew,
Uh,
that was a long one.
okay. Well, like, was this a question or suggestion? Because like this is
It sounds like a suggestion, but it was a question. And if I
yeah.
didn't say it, Oknok would beat me up. So I had.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think this absolutely makes sense. Like the once we let creators add their own games or worlds in exploration uh, map, we definitely need to bear in mind that the, they will very well. Let me put it this way: they will very likely have to be somehow like they will be very specific, and they won't. I think in many cases they won't fit exactly in the exploration world as we have it. So it definitely makes sense to have some specific regions where you can find uh, some custom games. I don't. I'm. This is really too early to tell like how this is going to work, but maybe those could be like thematic regions where you would find, I don't know, either similar games or worlds that have something in common. Yeah, so definitely something like that will happen.
Okay, cool. Okay, another question is if we can pose the NPCs in the editor, and for posing, I imagine like sitting them down or something. So yeah,
Yeah,
overall, yeah.
yeah, I know. Actually, today I went over my to-do list or list of some, I would say, minor or not that minor things, but not like a whole new features that I would definitely like to add. And the like being able to make NPC sit is in the list. Actually, I like we did talk about this with you because I don't know if people know, and I don't think they probably don't want to know what the scene, the whole scene that you are showing right now, like how does it look if we showed what's happening below the table.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because the characters in this scene are actually standing because there's no like a easy way to make them sit. So yeah, that's very annoying. Um, Also, when you try to capture some nice screenshots. So yeah, that's definitely something we should take care of.
Yeah. Uh, okay. JC, what you said about the ranged NPCs, we already talked about this on the last stream. Quite sure, right, Aleš? It was about making
Yeah,
ranged NPCs.
yeah,
And
like anything that has to do anything with AI is always very complex task. Uh, this is something that we definitely want to have, and uh, yeah, but it will take a lot of time. I'm hoping we will have it later this year. Uh, yeah, so we'll just see how it goes.
okay. Another question is if there is a possibility to add something like a chainsaw or something else to make, collecting wood faster and easier.
Uh, that's that's cool. That's pretty.
So like,
That's pretty cool. I don't see why it wouldn't be possible. So, yeah, that's a really cool suggestion. Thanks.
nice. Okay. Another one. If there will be a possibility to block people entirely on the forums, because some people there are really really annoying and do a lot of trouble. So
Uh, I mean, like we can. I believe that this is something that admins can do. Uh, and I don't know if it's the same person I'm thinking of because I actually had someone send me a private message about like being called spammer for no particular reason, um, and that like everyone wants them gone. But yeah, sure. I think this is definitely something we can do. So yeah, I think this is so. What I did was to like send this person to our new community manager, uh, so I don't have to deal with this. So it's cool. It's being taken
yeah,
care of.
yeah, I'm really
Thanks,
glad we
Nicole.
have the new community manager. I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
be her. Okay, Johas is asking about flickering textures, and I honestly don't know if you're gonna know the answer of, or if we're gonna have to ask someone from like programmers. But it is
Um,
that the flickering textures are known to cause lags in the game. And when you place two blocks inside each other and the textures overlay, like overlap, and then they're flickering when you're looking at it. And so he's asking if this lag is gonna be even if he covers it up in another block, so they won't be visible, but they will still overlap.
Uh, I'm gonna need to ask the programmer about this. I wonder why would this cause lag? Maybe due to like the colliders being like inside one another, like to
Oh,
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I need to ask about this.
I don't know either, to be honest. Like, I had no idea that this was causing the lag. I thought it was just too many blocks overall, and didn't really realize this would be connected to it.
Yeah, but if it, I mean, if this really is the case, if this somehow is causing lags, uh, it would be very cool to like have a scene that is known to cause this
Yeah,
or save file,
like
and so that we could take a look at into it, and if really this is the case, then it would be awesome because we could do something about it. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure
like
we would be able.
honestly, I'm thinking this is just caused by like a lot of blocks in the same place, and it will end up not be caused by this. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, like with any scene that you feel is like behaving in some weird way, or if you feel like this particular multiplayer game is having lags or is running slower than it should be, uh, then please do contact us and send us the game so that we can take a look at it.
Yes. Okay, so can the players have more slots in the toolbox?
Um, I'm not sure. I need to discuss this with the designers. Yeah, but
Yeah, okay. I
I
would
don't.
list.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think there's any.
Yeah,
Well, I
this
need to
is
ask. I definitely don't want to like say something that I'm going to regret later.
yeah, but
So I'll
like
ask.
this is one of the things that is more of a suggestion and has to be determined by like designers themselves, I think. So yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. If not wallpaper, then
but I'd like to be honest. I think it should be possible. I don't see why
yeah,
not.
definitely.
Now, yeah. So now the cat's out of the bag. I said it, but still, I need to make sure that there is not some problem with
Okay.
this.
Okay. So another question. If not wallpaper, then maybe could it be possible to color different sides of the blocks? So I think this is like if they could color different polygons in there. Up to.
Oof. I think this would very likely result in we actually have a programmer in the chat right now, even though he's driving his truck somewhere virtually right now, just listening to us. But I think and he may correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that if we actually allowed players or creators to color sides of blocks or polygons, that would be we would be dealing with like a huge amount of data suddenly. So I don't think it would like the game. I'm pretty sure like it would slow the game down in some way. So I think better way uh, is to introduce the possibility of importing own like custom models.
Okay, I skipped one question. I feel super bad about this, but who is your favorite programmer, Aleš?
Well, I have. I know that Philip is listening and to this stream. So, and I'm pretty sure that uh, no one else, like no other programmer, is listening. So I think it's obvious that it's Philip, at least at this point.
Just for this stream, it's Philip.
Yeah.
Okay. A question. Another question. Sorry, is if we can have bicycles in the game.
Uh, no, sorry. Bicycles are just awful. Like to be like if someone wants to implement bicycles, it's like so much work, and it's like so difficult that not many games do this correctly. No, not really. I'm sorry.
Good. Finally, some no. Okay. Would it be possible to have?
Yeah, I mean, like this went like way too far. Like this, yeah.
This is something I won't do. Like anything but bicycles. I hate them.
Yeah, like this is exactly where like I have to say no. This is as far as I can go, but no further.
The truth is that Aleš never managed to learn to ride on a bicycle, and he feels super bad about it. So now he can't even look at them. We can't even.
Okay, so that's a lie. I'm riding bicycle perfectly well. The truth is that I still use those like two little wheels on sides, but I think it still counts as riding a bicycle. So
Definitely Aleš. And
yeah.
actually, Nikki can tell you that her new part of her new job is always running behind Aleš and holding him, like the parents do. So she's super excited about that.
Again, like this was meant to be a secret. So like yeah, like you've been warned officially.
Okay, let's jump to another question. Would it be possible to have air quotes better caves in custom islands? So in those that we create.
I'm sorry, come again
Uh,
with the
it,
quotes.
if it would be possible to have better caves in the custom islands.
Uh, well, funnily enough, this is something that we discussed today with the guy
Oh,
responsible for caves and terrain. Yeah, and we also discussed that it would be nice to have uh, some mountains on islands. Personally, what I really miss, like from times that we when we actually had the like higher mountains, was the moment where you could climb or fly all the way up, and then you would just stand there and look all the way down on your little kingdom. So that was fun. So I think we need to bring this back. So yeah, caves are we will definitely improve caves in some ways, and we are also focusing on bringing some mountains back into game.
okay. So you kind of misunderstood the question there.
Okay, so
No, because you're talking about the generated ones, and this was just a question if there could be better ones in those that we create as designers and upload into the game, like
you mean like in custom?
like handmade games, yeah, in customs in those custom scenarios that you can
Oh,
encounter.
sorry, now I see. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know why they like they can be better, definitely. If I push like harder, uh then the designers maybe will provide some better caves. No, the thing is that with the AI, or because of the AI, they have to pretty much follow the same rules for the caves that apply, even if those caves are generated uh, automatically. So yeah, but I the caves can definitely be better. They can be better, even those custom created, even those that are generated. So yeah, I don't see why not. There is definitely a lot of space for improvement.
Okay. There is a question from JC. If there is a possibility that we could get position from thrown objects or like projectiles and stuff, because when they are thrown, they are no longer entities, and we can't like reference them in the editor. I think this would be a better question for some programmer, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we could get the position, but in general, and this is something that applies to a lot of questions that we get. Um, like everything that we do in scripting that happens on, let's say, per frame basis or in very tight short loops,
Oh,
uh, it's usually a problematic thing. So I can imagine that this would be used for like continuously
yeah, but
checking.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe it could be just a hit position, as Chasey mentioned now. So like
yeah, okay, so yeah, yeah, that
not
would be,
sorry.
yeah, that would be fine as long as it's not like continuously checking the position and like resetting it, or if it's just like detecting what was hit, when was it hit. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, that is possible and will
yeah,
be
that
discussed.
is definitely possible.
Okay. These are like follow-up questions, by the way, that I'm gonna be asking. So, will we be able to customize the appearance of new vendors? I know that we've talked about this last time, so just if there is some update on it.
No, I have it in a list of suggestions. The thing is that right now it's not that I would try to hide those ideas from the team, but we are currently in a stage of like developing of 1.7 update development cycle, where we are focusing on design documents and some prototypes and prototype reviews. And this is in general not a very good time to come up with some new ideas to discuss with designers, because they have enough as it is on their plates. But as soon as we get over this phase, which I think should be within like a week or so, I think it will be easier to discuss these things with them and maybe do some plans for like uh, more distant updates or ones after 1.7. Speaking of this, once things settle down a little bit, we still plan to release some roadmap where we will talk about some updates after or beyond 1.7. So I think this is definitely a place where we can put these things and like plan to add them.
Okay, cool. Uh, Spyler had a question about the in the editor you have this tool where you can fill in any all the space with water, like the things that you like dug out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that currently it is filling in the caves as well. So if there is gonna be a fix for that, or just some way to detect that it's a cave, so probably like do like something that if there is already a water, fill it in, but not anything else that's not connected to the main source of water.
Okay, so uh, if I understand this correctly, so someone like creates this volume of water, and it like protrudes a little bit into caves below, and that's a problem. Like the water shouldn't be generated there.
Yeah, probably like that once they click it, all the caves below zero get filled in, I guess.
Like even those that are outside this volume.
No idea.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know what you mean. Sorry. Yeah, I know what they are talking about.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I understand. I need to ask about this. Sorry, I don't know if there's like if it's like a big problem to solve, or if it's something that we can do something about. So yeah, so I need to ask.
Okay, okay. And there's also a follow-up questions that well, not follow-up, sorry. That they would also need a function to detect whether a player is pointing a weapon, and I think this is just, well, oh, if I get it correctly, it is like a new event when you start charging the weapon. I think, or sorry, aiming with the weapon, and I think we could definitely add this. Just ask Lukash and
Yeah, this is like in general, adding new events is
yeah, like
is
I
super easy. So
yeah, I
yeah,
know that some of these like some of the events maybe like are not there for a reason, that there is some problem with like syncing it with the server then afterwards, because I know that like one or two that I asked about already were rejected because it wasn't really possible. So unless there is a problem that the programmers would see in this, we could definitely add this.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, unless it's impossible to do, it's very easy to do. So one of these two.
Lukash? Sorry. It's like question from okay, another follow-up question, like from last time, if we can change the terrain to. I'm just gonna skip the follow-up question since there was no time to discuss these. If you're okay with this, Aleš, because there is really just follow-up from last time, and I know that we didn't have time to discuss these, so.
Yeah, I'm just like here answering whatever you ask me. So yeah.
Okay, okay. So I'm just gonna skip ahead. And could it be possible to get larger stacks for stone chunks, sandstone chunks, logs, etc.? Because this is because when you're building something very huge, like I was, with the new blueprint that I told you about, there's like
Mm-hmm.
50,000 stone chunks that you have to collect.
Yeah, and here it is again. But this was necessary. I'm sorry. Like the number like got me like unprepared.
Yeah, but
What did you?
I am told that this is
What?
nothing.
Yeah. What was the number again?
50,000.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, I think this is yeah, by the way, this is literally nothing, because Oknok told me that uh they had even numbers that had like 5 digits and didn't even fit in the requirements, that you are supposed to bring in into the blueprint. So it was like 100,000 and more. So yeah, you can see that they are not easily stopped, but by like needing uh more blocks. And the blueprints are loading for like 30 minutes, by the way, so that's fun as well.
Yeah.
But I get it though. But yeah,
Uh,
back to the question. Sorry, back to the question. Can this be increased? And I know that there might be a problem with like balancing it, like if it still makes sense to like enable more items that can be held in inventory.
um, yeah. I still need to like get over the initial shock. So n- uh, yeah. I'm just wondering how much bigger the stacks would have to be to make it like good enough for your needs.
I think they would be happy with like 1,000 stones per
Yeah, okay, now seriously, the problem with this is that uh, this is what we're trying to achieve is the feeling that players have to, especially when it comes to ingredients or resources that are not present on their island, that they have to sail somewhere and and like mine the ores or pick up some ingredients and bring them back, and so that they would use they wouldn't have everything in their inventory, so that
Yeah.
they would uh, put it on their ships. There is a plan for horses to carry some containers. So and if we create if we allow players to carry around huge amounts of resources, this this game mechanic would just break. It would be
Yeah, I
it,
completely agree.
yeah. So this is um, unfortunately I understand that this doesn't work well for some huge. Uh, I don't really know even what was it that you guys built with so many.
Oh, you
Uh,
can build anything. Like my 50,000 blocks was just my face, so you know. But like I think the main issue here that the players are having about this is that the explore the in like inventory in exploration is meant for normal building in exploration. So
yeah,
once you transfer something from editor that has a lot of blocks that overlap each other, and then it is contained out of so many blocks, it is understandable that you need insane amounts of resources that you just can't carry around. But like if we enable the huge number of resources, the normal players would then have like infinite, like no need for any like containers whatsoever, like throughout the whole game. So
yeah, and well, I wouldn't say unfortunately, but the truth is that the most important thing about exploration is the is are the core gameplay mechanics that are there, and and I understand that this makes it difficult to build huge things, and especially when editor comes into play, then this can be really annoying. But really the whole point of inventory and of um, containers put on ships are so that there is certain way of moving these ingredients or resources around. So yeah, like 50,000 carrying around 50,000 pieces of anything is not really a good idea.
yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Another one, also inventory related. If we can have an option to name containers like we have for keys, like that you could rename those potion holders or chests, maybe even like easily in exploration, so you would know what is inside. And I think this is quite a good point.
uh, I even uh, I even asked. Well, the name has come up already, so yeah, I even asked Lukash about this. This is some of the things that he would know, and he said that this shouldn't really be a big problem. So this is something that we are already planning.
Okay, cool. uh Another one, and I think this was kind of answered with the horse here. uh wh- what about a hand cart for carrying large loads of resources across land that you would just be pushing in front of yourself, or maybe like trailer for cars? So yeah.
That would be yeah, that would be awesome. But the first thing that you'll probably see introduced in the game uh, that would help you with carrying more stuff that you would be able to use horses for this.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, Another question is from editor as well. If there will be a possibility to create groups from blocks through script, because right now when you're creating groups in editor, you need to create them in like in the scene, but you can't actually change the groups once you're in the game, and so you can't like call new animations on the new group or something like that. So if there will be added a possibility to create groups through scripts.
No idea really. I would have to discuss this with programmers. This is something that this is way too technical. There are there are surely some things that need to be taken in account when doing this. Yeah, so this is something that needs to be discussed with people who know how these things work.
Okay. Oknog is Oknog is asking if the horse containers could be on rhinos as well.
That's definitely something we're going to discuss, because I think it would be personally I think it would be pity if we could use this only with horses, because we introduced animal riding for other animals as well. So who's to say that you just have to ride a horse to be able to carry with you more stuff.
I like it. Okay, sorry. uh, Another one I think uh, it's so long. Please add take all icon or option. Uh, this is so long. I think it is from what? I'm really sorry. I'm just baffled by the question. I'm just gonna read it. Please add take all icon slash option. I know it could make problems, for example, picking up things by mistake, but mostly during the game I'm collecting seeds and logs, like, oh, from the ground. And take all could be locked for safety and work only if you hold Alt or something else, for example. And then take would change into active take all. So yeah, this is just mainly for like picking up huge amounts of stuff
Yeah,
from the.
this has been asked a lot, I think, in the past, and I I think it would definitely be helpful. Uh, it's not really about us not being able to implement this. I think it would be quite easy, in fact. But the problem is with controls. I think this what is probably not very obvious is that uh, we're trying to, like, every control that we add in the game now, we try to think how this would be used when people use gamepad. I mean, our support for gamepad right now is really limited, and I would say even broken. But I think it's very likely that this year we will make it work again. At some point, uh, islands may come to some gaming consoles, so this would also be something that we would have to do. And yeah, so I just we were just trying not to make playing islands feel like you're playing a piano on your keyboard. So um, and I actually think alt is already reserved uh, for some camera rotation. So yeah, but I know actually about this, it would be really cool if, because there are a lot of these, let's say, smaller uh, quality of life improvement requests. If we could do like a poll about those, it would be really great for us to see which ones are the most important for the community, so that we could work on them based on this. Well, I'm not gonna say entirely on this list, because some things are definitely more difficult to implement than others. But it would be really great to have some idea how many people want which of these things.
Okay, so maybe later, and we will we will see.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, yeah, my point is that it's not really that easy just picking up a key
Yeah.
and just assigning it to it. It needs to be something that is intuitive, ideally. Otherwise, a lot of players won't even fine about it, because no one really looks at at the how keys are assigned. But that is, again, like, this is something that people have been asking for a long time. So this is something we should consider adding.
Okay, Aleš, do you understand our question in the chat?
What's the best way to ask the community's priorities? Or
Yeah, I hope you do because I don't. So it's up to you now.
well, I don't know.
We
Do we
broke
have?
Aleš.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm thinking. I don't know if we have like a good polling system on our forum that would be best with for this.
Yeah, maybe some
Um,
polls on some.
yeah, I think we should probably use some third party solution.
I think this is something that the new community manager could solve.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure. Why am I even thinking about this?
We should have invited her
Sorry.
to voice chat as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, she
Okay,
will.
yeah, so that's definitely a question for the new community manager. I don't even know why you asking me this.
Just spam Nikki with this. She'll be okay. Uh, okay, so another question. Someone mentioned the idea of having the map update when large areas of trees are chopped down or buildings are constructed, so you would, easily see that on the island there are some buildings already. Is this possible?
Uh, I didn't quite get this. Can you maybe?
Like when you have the map in exploration and you
Mhm.
open with M, that if it's possible to update this map based on changes on the map, like if you create a castle, that you could see like a square there that there is some building, or if you cut down a lot of trees, that then there would
You mean map like
like a map.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a map, not like a map.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, now I get it.
I think these are generated with just the terrain, aren't they?
Again, something that we discussed today. Uh, we will be there will be some slight changes to how maps are generated, so that there is a slight problem with how these maps are now generated, because it isn't really working well for some specific islands that we're creating. And also this system doesn't really allow for either showing the entities on the map, or being able to provide like a custom map. So what we're going to do is, for our plan is for 1.7 to change a little bit how maps are generated. In 1.7, you won't probably see any obvious changes to the system, but internally it will start working in a different way, so that in 1.8 we could have what we definitely will have is option for creators to import their own maps so that they are used instead of the generated ones, so that you can I don't know, you create it in a Photoshop. What we're also planning is that there would be some way for to export from the editor the map of the terrain, so that you would be able to open it in Photoshop or whatever, and like paint some things or add, images of caves and castles, and then import it back into the game. So yeah, so map is going to be improved. uh, there will be some improvements in 1.7, but again, you won't probably notice this because it will be internal changes. Those will be internal changes. But I think new options will come with 1.8, hopefully. And uh, also, I hope that at that point there will be bigger that creators will have options to work with map from script, uh, like adding new icons or waypoints, or points of interest
Mhm.
and stuff like that.
Uh, JC is asking if they can get the option of generating a terrain map out of a grayscale height map, and I think this is something we are already doing internally, right?
Yes, yes. What the terrain is generated based on height which is generated based on some other criteria, how designers set some things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it would when we this would be probably in 1.8. So when we improve the or add additional ways of making creating a map, I think this definitely makes sense that this is one of the options.
Nice. Uh, okay. Sorry. Another one. There is that a lot of players would like to share the map, like that they have already discovered, the discovered area on the map with their friends that are that are also playing the map. So if like one player discovers all the islands and travels across them, so when the new player joins, they could just like exchange this information and their map would reveal this as well. So is this gonna be a possibility, or does everyone need to
Uh,
do the work by themselves?
I mean, what they can do is share these explored islands with their friends so that they appear on their maps, right? But this is not what you have in mind, right? Or what is it that
Yeah,
because
well,
I'm
just when that they would like share the progress made on the map, like everything they explore would reveal on their friend's map as well.
oh so like well where
Like
would be where would be the fun then for their friends? Like where would be
I
the
don't know,
exploration?
it would definitely be be easier like for some you know like when you already have a map on a share game, then it would be much easier for someone invited there to find them on the map. Like when, for instance, I am inviting people for my island when we're
Hmm.
playing on the stream, people are already just typing in the chat like, "How can I find your island?" and I have to direct them. And this
Oh,
way,
okay. Okay, yeah, now I get it. Uh, yeah, let's we'll need to discuss this.
okay. So yeah, maybe just some, as Spirit said, maybe at least like a marker that can be shared. So there will be like marker popped up like with the place where they're supposed to go. Okay, let's jump to another one. And there is, can we change it so we can zoom out in the local map? That is the one that is opening with M in the new exploration, so that we can take a screenshot of the whole world. Because right now you can't zoom out far enough so you would see the whole map.
Yeah. I don't see any reason why we would prevent this. So I guess, yeah, I'll discuss it with designers, but I think it shouldn't be a problem. I guess it's just like a number
Yeah.
of, yeah, what the maximum zoom is or minimum.
Okay, a question from Spirit. Crafting power boots is going to be an option in the future?
Uh,
I'm not
I'm
sure
not
what.
gonna say, yeah, I'm not gonna say no, but these things are tricky. Like I wouldn't like to 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 be in the same position as with the propeller pack, where this item is so powerful that it pretty much
Yeah,
it affected the end game or like later game stages in such a big way. So this,
I think they should.
if we, yeah, if we do this, we really need to. There probably need to be something. I don't know. Either they would have to be charged or something. But
Yeah,
just giving something this powerful to players to have it forever, or they would maybe if we introduce again some sort of durability, then maybe.
yeah, okay. Nice. Uh, wait, Spoiler is asking a long question. When we can connect the maps to the exploration, we can add all kinds of programming, or it will be somewhat more limited in this regard. The size of the maps will be unlimited, or we will have to limit ourselves to universal maps.
uh
Ah,
okay, so when the idea is that when you create your own custom map, and when we allow for creators to somehow link it to exploration, uh, we imagine that they will be using a lot of custom code visual scripting in their games, and that's perfectly fine. um yeah, so that's that's actually something we hope to see happening. And as for the size of these maps, uh, they will. I'm not gonna say uh, unlimited. Uh, well, the question is like, who do you want to play? Who do you? What is your what your audience is going to be? Like, if you aim to for players that that play the game on PC to play your island. Okay, so this is a little bit difficult for me to comment on, because this is actually related to some things that we haven't announced yet. So I probably, let's say that you will have like you will have like better options to create like larger maps than you have today.
yeah. So larger maps than today. That's it.
Yeah.
Aleš is being mysterious again. Okay, Oknok is asking about the repair system, and even though I told her we're not gonna be doing follow-up questions since there was no time for discussions, but yeah, she's bringing it up again. So, are we bringing back the repair system?
we would love to. We removed it because it didn't really work very well. Some things weren't. I mean, one of the most important things in the game, the ships, you weren't able to fix them. Uh, so I really do hope, and I want the repair system to or durability system to return, but not before we are sure how to do it properly. In other words, there are now features that we think are more important, and when we add those into the game, we will get back to some things that we have in the backlog. One of them being durability system.
Yeah. Uh, okay. Is there any or are there any plans to allow us to get the player's position and rotation of the camera in the multiplayer so we can more accurately recast to where they are looking? Because right now you can't really find out where the player is looking unless he is in the aiming state. So what he means is without the aiming, if you could, find out where the player is exactly looking.
Yeah, again, I need to ask the programmers, especially when it comes to things in multiplayer. These things are usually quite tricky. So, yeah, I will ask.
Okay, one question, just one now. Can we get a way to paint grass in exploration? Do we have paint gun in exploration?
I don't think you can make a paint gun in exploration.
But like, what do you mean by grass? Like the item, or just the? Oh, yeah. So, so what they meant by that was the terrain itself, no,
Oh,
not
okay.
the, yeah.
Um. Hmm. Well, I think that, well, I mean, this is definitely something that can be done. I can imagine just taking a sand and using it on ground below you, and it would turn into sand as well. Uh, the but there may be some technical issues with this. Uh, I don't know if you guys know how seeds work, how islands are generated from seeds. In if I would put this in like layman's terms, it would be that uh, the less changes you do to your island, the less data we have to process, the less data are need to be saved. The bigger the changes are, uh, like the bigger the changes are when compared to the initial state of the island. It gets more and more tricky, and more data have to be processed. So if we allow players to easily change the structure, or what the islands are, or parts of them are made of, it would probably cause some problems. So yeah, and I see that Philip just left. I think he wasn't really ready to answer this question. So yeah, it's. I mean, it's easy. It's doable, but it would probably cause some issues. And I mean, there's no harm in asking. So I will ask the programmers. Uh, we actually had an idea about this for water, that you would be able to like carry, I don't know, like a one whatever unit of water with you, and if you used it, uh, on a terrain, it would change into water. So yeah, like this is possible. I need to ask, but this is not really. But this is some these things are something that we need to uh, consider properly before we proceed with them.
Okay. Uh, I'm just gonna ask you. It's slightly after 9 o'clock, so if you're okay to answering a few more questions.
Yeah, let's make it till 9:30 maybe,
Yeah,
because I still have some things I have to do
yeah,
on
I
island.
completely get
So
that. To be honest,
yeah.
maybe I'll end with Aleš today. I'm gonna disappoint everyone that were hoping for an editor, but I still have to finish something at home, so still not sure, but maybe I'll end it with Aleš today. Okay, another question. Uh, Adding villages, not everywhere, but maybe once in a while finding an island with a little village, maybe a port, or maybe a native village. I think this is connected to like not encounters, but maybe whole custom scenarios that could contain villages.
Mm-hmm.
And
That
I
will
think that's
yeah, we're working on that.
yeah,
That's definitely going to happen more and more often as we keep adding those custom scenarios to exploration.
yeah. There was another question with how often do they plan on uploading the custom scenarios, and I already said this is gonna be quite often since we are not tied with the updates, right? So
Yes, that's the best thing about it. That yeah.
okay, so see this was quick. Two questions in one. Boom. Uh, how will you make a balance so the peaceful players can build, farm, practice forestry, etc., and the players that want to fight
Battery
are
critical.
my battery is critical, and the players that want to fight are both happy, especially concerning both group of players exploring, traveling, trading, and earning receipts.
I think this is already this could be already in a way addressed by setting the rules for each of the island. I mean, the first thing is that uh, if you there are players who just want to play the exploration on their own, and they don't want to like meet with other players. That's perfectly fine. They don't have to uh, like take part in anything multiplayer related. Um, and then there are players who want to socialize with other players, but they don't want to fight or do anything like aggressive. So I guess they would they would have these islands where there can be no fighting. So this would be done by setting the rules for the island. And then there would be islands which would be multiplayer, where this thing would be it would be pretty much like PvP. So yeah, those would be the danger zones.
Yeah. Okay. That's nice. I think. Another question. Sorry. If and I just lost it. Oh yeah. Can we rework the
Oh,
rarity?
sorry. I just like as Ognok says, like this is something that is not finalized in the game, so that the rules will be enhanced.
Oh,
It's not all possible right now.
yeah. Okay. So there's still some work being done to it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Can we rework the rarity of different metal ores and coal? And there's like a note from Oknok that uh, as a question if the rarity was changed in the 1.6 because she told me that some players were complaining that they can't find some ores where they usually like could, like on some tiers of islands where they should be able to find these ores, they are not anymore. So if there were some changes to it.
I'm not really aware of any changes, but I'll check just to make sure. because there was this thing with change of what the mutated monsters dropped, and it and we didn't have this in changelog. So yeah, that was our fault. So just to make sure that this didn't happen with the resources as well, even though I'm not sure like why we would change this intentionally. Yeah, I'll ask.
Okay. So I'll let you guys know once Aleš asks, and we'll write you somewhere, Discord or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, maybe next time when we have this this stream, I could, or we could start by me just like very quickly summarizing everything that I learned so far that I wasn't able to answer right away, and then we would just like move on with new questions.
I think that's a good idea. Okay, so next time we'll definitely try that. And yeah, Oknok points out that you answered just the second part of the question and not the first one. The first one is if we can change these rarities, but I have no idea like how they would like it.
Uh, if we can change them, I mean, like, yeah, we
Yeah,
can. We definitely can change them.
like
Uh,
perhaps if you guys more rare gold. Oh, so he's complaining that gold is too easy to find. Okay, maybe we can chat about this Oknok. Like we can follow this up on Discord or somewhere and put together some list of what he would. Oh, it's already on the forum. Okay, so I'll have Aleš look at this and we can definitely talk about that.
yeah, but I mean, it would really just like reading this, it would be so awesome to have it like somewhere with in some system
Yeah,
where players could just like easily give it thumbs up, and it would just move these issues up in the list. So yeah, I think Nikki will surely find something.
okay. So yeah, I think that is a good answer. Okay. Now there are some editor slash technical questions. Hello, is it possible to model assets with Blender or other to import them into the game? Okay, this is not possible right now, but we already talked about that.
Yeah.
Um, can we have a bird particle effects like the fish particle effects? Because there is this, we have the particle effect, like I think it's called School of Fish, and they're just like fish swimming around. So if they could have this for birds as well, or if we could probably like reuse this one and just enable changing the sprite of the fish at least.
uh yeah, it sounds doable.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just like one more particle effect. So
Yeah, sure.
can we make the NPCs sit in chairs or ride animals? We already talked about this. Uh, in editor, can creators have options for the paintbrush size?
I'm sorry for what?
Paintbrush size. I think
But you
I'm
can
yeah,
change it.
yeah, I'm thinking where there isn't. Maybe oh maybe yeah, they mean for when you're changing the colors, the paintbrush where you are painting the colors. So
Oh,
right now there is no setting for like a size of this, so you have to go through
okay,
all
okay,
the.
yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so this is also something that sounds good, and we will just have to like bring it up and oh, with pixel cubes that was oh, it must have been a horror to do. Okay, just jumping ahead so we can make a few more. Can we have a chainsaw or a talked about this? We have uh engines. If the engines could work underwater. But I think the point of the engines right now is that they are not working underwater.
Yeah.
Okay. So, no. Can the players have an easier way to get eggs? Maybe from ostriches or chicken coops. I actually like this one.
Well, yeah, sure. I guess they are hard to find. So yeah, sure, makes sense. We
Yeah, I
could
like
use
it. Uh,
chicken for that.
there is a question if we can get more dance emotes. Because it is true that we haven't added any new emotes in quite a while. And we just have these two really awkward ones that were changed for some reason. And so yeah, if there could be more emotes, Aleš, promise it now.
Uh, I mean, there will be some definitely in future. Uh,
Like
yeah, we can add those.
I
But
personally really like emotes like in games, like showing off in other games when you have like some new cool emotes. And I'm really sad
mm,
that we don't have more of
yeah,
these. So definitely. We still want bees, and it would still be good if we could plant mushrooms. Well, yeah, planting mushrooms is a really good point. So there is a lot of things that you can pick up around the world, but you have no idea of no way of multiplying it, like the shrooms, or I think even some flowers you can. So yeah, shrooms. And he would like bees. I'm not sure about the bees to be honest. I don't care for them.
okay, so Naru doesn't care for them, so let's take this for an answer. No, no, when I think about it, it would be quite nice to be able to create something like beehive and from time to time to be able to go there and get the honey. It's really cool.
And the planting mushrooms.
I think it would be I think it would be like an easy thing to do. So yeah, sure. Why not?
Cool. Oh, Alkanok, you have questions multiple times here. Can we have dinosaurs? I think there was a question from last time already.
Yeah, I mean there was once an update planned that was meant to have dinosaurs. I don't know what happened then. We never got to this. The 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 community manager we had back then, Anne, she was like the biggest fan of dinosaurs ever. Uh, I don't know why we changed it and did something else at that time. That would be super cool. But we want to. The thing is, we want to add a lot of monsters in future. So far, we've been adding only some, let's say, quite realistic animals and creatures. So in future, we want to go maybe a little bit crazy. So yeah, that can happen. The only problem is with the size. I think we would have like small dinosaurs, but it would be like cute and cool.
So like Razoraptors.
Yeah, but cute.
Were they Laseraptors? Yeah, they were Laseraptors. I hope you've all seen this movie. Okay, sorry. There is a question that I skipped actually, and Oknok pointed it out. Can the death portraits that we have in the game be added to random encounters, but still like be rare? I know that there are some portraits made for for the developers. I've seen Eris there as and someone else as well, but I think we haven't updated those in quite a while.
Yeah, they are super old now.
Yeah, so maybe we could create new ones.
Yeah, adding existing ones to random encounters is definitely possible, and we can do this. That's super easy, and I guess that we will very likely create new ones as well because uh, these these were made long time ago, and since then a lot of new cool people have joined us. So it definitely makes sense um, to do some more new ones.
Cool. Okay, so this is possible, and I'm really excited for this. So you can collect them all. We're gonna be like Pokemon. Can we have more mythological animals? Wyverns, griffins, Pegasus, chimeras.
Uh, yes, I think this will definitely happen. I
Nah.
know that there are already some plans for more mythological animals. So yeah, this is happening.
Sh- Shadow's question: when sharks eventually return down the line,
No,
can there
sharks again.
can there be a rare version that have laser beams attached to their head?
Uh, yeah, sure. Why not? Now, I mean, they will. Well, we. It would be super easy to implement them in the way they were implemented once, like those flying bug features, also creatures that flew over the water surface. Um, and we definitely want them back, but to work correctly. And again, this is AI issue, which is um, also quite difficult, especially since uh, the navigation is quite different from navigating over the land. It's in some ways it's easier, in some ways it's not. So yeah, it's they're definitely going to return. I think if people if devs from Islands team would make a poll about what feature they would like to see in the game, I think it would be most would probably vote for sharks. So they are definitely coming back at some point.
Nice. Okay, so another good question here. The answer, sorry, not question. I am very confused right now. Uh, okay. Can we make the Wendigos, crab monsters, Atlanteans, and elves appear at night?
Uh,
I need to plug myself in.
yeah, I never really thought about this, but I know that we at some point discussed that we wanted some more animals that or animals or creatures that would appear during the night. So yeah,
Charging battery.
we will probably do something about it. So yeah, it's a nice suggestion.
Nice. Okay. Do you know, Aleš, how many people are in the team as of now? Because I don't.
I think there are. If I'm well, let me see. If the thing is that there are some people which are not really like exactly part of the team. For example, there are I think five guys or four guys and a girl working in backend department, which are taking care of servers, server programming, and logic, uh, both for islands and some other projects. But the core team is now, I think, 36 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's 35, 36 people.
Okay. I hope I'm getting the right questions. Can we use the paint gun while in the building mode with the building station? Because right now it just starts free placing the paint gun, and I think that this would be really cool. So you
Uh,
could,
yeah,
yeah.
sure. I mean, like you probably can't use it right now because, and that's why you're asking. But I think it should be possible. Yeah, let's discuss it with designers.
Cool. Okay, another one. How does the report player button work? Can you only use it when the player is on your map? Yeah, because there was some rework, right, done to the report player feature in the game, like in the exploration when you are playing something.
Yeah, if someone is harassing you in some way, or if they are doing anything that's not appropriate, you should be able to see the when you go into the pause menu or in-game menu, and you see the players on the side, like everyone that's in the game, you should be able to report that player by selecting them from the list. And what this does is I believe it sends a screenshot, and it sends the conversation, the chat that the person like was part of to support, so that they can go over it and check if there's really some problem.
Okay, another question. When is Islands going to be featured on the PlayStation Network? And from Spirit, there is like another question. What about Xbox?
uh, First thing that we need to do is make the make exploration better, great again, I would say. uh, so that hopefully that will happen with, I think we'll get to some pretty decent state with 1.7, and after that will be 1.8, which will be a lot about polishing. So I think at that point, later this year, we might start thinking of like going to consoles maybe. Firstly, we need to make sure that the game can be controlled with gamepad.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I think we will get there at some point.
Okay. Another question. And by the way, we have only two to go, so I think we could finish them. And oh yeah, first have to follow up on the last question. When you were talking about reporting the players, what if the player logs off? Because like if someone like offends you or something and they log off, you can no longer click on the report player. Oknok told me that this isn't working, so probably just a bug or something we missed.
Uh, yeah, but I think if they, yeah, I think this is if they log if they log off from the game, then they are no longer in the list, so you can't report them. Yeah, so
Charging battery.
I believe.
So
Yeah, that's true. Um,
so this is
okay, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm just trying to come up with some clever answer.
just don't, Aleš. You're not good at
Yeah,
these.
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Well, the thing is, yeah, this is a case that we don't really have well covered. I mean, obviously, there are forums which you can use
Yeah.
to inform us. That's always possibility. That's always a possibility.
So for now, if
Um,
someone encounters this, they just should report this to the forum, and Nikki will
yeah,
handle this.
I think probably what would be just like thinking about it, like my gut feeling without discussing it with designers is that maybe those people who log off should remain in the list, uh, like even like grayed out or with some specific icon for some time. I don't know, whatever, 5 minutes,
Yeah.
so that you can still report them. That sounds like something we might do.
Okay. Good. Another question. I'm just gonna. Can we equip shields or two-handed swords in islands in the future? So you could have like a sword in one hand and shield in another one, or two-handed sword.
No, not really. That would be that's not. I mean, we could probably do that, but it would be a lot of work with like working on animations, and yeah. So probably this is not very likely in near future.
Okay. Uh, can we use the compass while riding animals, flying potion, or using flying potions or cars? Oops, I'm
Uh,
not sure about this to be honest.
I mean, it's like technically it's definitely not a problem, um, to show it. Like it's as okay, yeah. Well, technically it's not a problem, so I will discuss it with designers. I'm not gonna say yes, but like I mean, like yes, it's possible. Let's see if it makes sense, if we can add it to the game.
Okay, another question is if that many player would like to see cavalry in islands. Just like last time we talked about shooting from animals,
Yeah,
and
that's a problem.
if it would be possible to like use swords or spears on animals as well.
You mean like fighting when riding animals?
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, that's again possible. Quite a lot of work, a lot of animations needed. Uh, Maybe some adjustments to AI.
yeah.
Uh, Not anytime soon. I guess it will happen at some point, but not planned right now.
Okay. Uh, and the last question from the list is the propeller pack returning to the original color scheme a bug or intended or unavoidable because of the overheating system? Any idea why the barboot helmet won't die either? I think this would be a bug.
Uh, I'm not sure what like color change. I mean, there's this like a canister or tank on the back that changes the color
Yeah.
based on the heat it produces, or if it's overheating or not. So that's intentional.
I think the reason is because even if you paint it, there are hard coded colors that go through that because they are supposed to indicate the state of the
Yeah,
heat.
like if you paint the tank, the gas tank or whatever that is, and it still changes color, that is intended. If you're talking about painting some other part of the propeller pack, and it the color changes, then probably it's a bug.
Yeah, but for okay, and the I have no idea about the barboot helmet. I have no idea what it is either.
Yeah, I'm not really sure as well. I would need to ask artists.
Oh, there is just an item. So yeah, barboot helmet, and I'm trying to change the colors now, but they are changing. So maybe like other channels are not changing. No, they are.
No, we'll check this. Like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
we
yeah.
pass,
Like
we pass it
if
on
it's
to
if
QA, and they will take a look at it.
if it's not, it would be a bug, and yeah, we will take a look
Mm-hmm.
at it. Uh, bullet and arrow containers. Random question. I think we already talked about adding more containers, but
Yeah.
okay.
We yeah.
Okay, sorry, Aleš, for keeping you longer, but I really wanted to finish the list because we are so close to the end, and we made it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can we pick which side of the map to spawn on?
She's just trying to keep
Oh,
you
okay.
here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're just trolling now. Oh yeah, and offline mode. I think it's time for me to go.
Oh, this is so nice, Sakura.
We'll see each other again in 2 weeks.
Yeah, like this time we didn't even realize with Aleš that it was already 14 days. If you didn't write that Oknok, we wouldn't know that today he's supposed to be here.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Okay, guys. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Uh, it was cool as always. You may have noticed that I tried to keep my answers shorter than usual.
Oh yeah, you did a great job, by the way.
Yeah, I'm still learning. I I I dropped the J word only once, which is also a good thing. And yeah, thank you everyone.
Okay, thank you, Aleš, for keeping us busy, and bye.
Bye. Stay safe, guys.
Okay, so Aleš is gone because you can't tell this time, but yeah. And I'm really sorry, but I really am going to end the stream here because I really have to go. You're gonna hate me, and I'm sure there will be consequences to this. So I promise to make it up to you guys. I could maybe stream on Thursday to make up for this. So if you guys are up to this, let me know, and we could have another substitute stream on Thursday with editor. Okay? So yeah, thank you for stopping by today. It was really good. I'm glad that Aleš stayed longer and answered all of those questions. And yeah, so bye guys. See you next time.